Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also please give your valuable comments. You can also visit the playlist. In the playlist, I have provided almost all the topics in a very systematic order. So this is quite convenient for this study. My dear friends, we have been discussing about DSD, differences in sexual differentiation. So in the last three classes we have seen the basics. Now today we'll now try to understand some of the very important factors. What do you mean by androgen insensitivity syndrome? So that part we have studied in the last class. That's the last point. Okay, so where the adrenal receptors are not working properly, so therefore testosterone and dihydrotestosterone both are not able to show their effect. The reason is, to show their effect they need to be accepted by the adrenal receptors, and when there is adrenal receptors which are present in the androgen receptors which are present in the adrenaline, so they are showing insensitivity towards this testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, the function will not be there, and this is called as total or complete androgen insensitivity syndrome. So this is the last point that we have covered. Now there is a critical window of development for the external genitalia. Now we know that dihydro is responsible for the development of the external genital organs. Testosterone is responsible for the development of the internal genital organs. Now external genital organs, for the proper development of these external genital organs, there is a critical window of development. Now try to understand what is this critical window of development. The critical window period is actually 8 to 13 weeks of gestational age. 8 to 13 weeks of the gestational age. Now what actually happens, this is a very crucial period, 8th week to 13th week, that means almost all 2 to 3 months during the fetal life. The presence or absence of the hormones during this critical window period will determine the external genitalia. Okay, the new point we got, what is that? Not only these hormones etc. is responsible for all this formation of the external genitalia, but during this particular window period, that is 8 to 13 weeks, the hormones which are there, testosterone or dihydrotestosterone, so they should be there, but they should be there in the given ratio. If it is less, then also it is problem. If it is more, then also it is problem, especially during this critical window period. So determination factors are now strength of the factor, duration of the exposure and timings. So it is the strength of the factor, that means these hormones, how much they are able to do the function, that is also important. For how much of duration they will be present, that is also present, and also at what time they will present, that is also important. So this is the importance of the critical window periods. Suppose if you take a male child, okay, and there is no testosterone at all during the window period, suppose, okay, 8 to 13 weeks, then the feminization cannot be reversed by the androgens which are given after the birth. Okay, now suppose there is no testosterone. The absence of the testosterone itself is one of the main stimulation for the formation of the Mullerian duct, and the feminization takes place. I think you know this. Okay, so testosterone is not there, that itself means there is no testosterone, means there is no testis. No testis means Sertoli cells and the Leydig cells are not there, and if the Sertoli cells are not there, the anti-Mullerian hormone is not produced, and as a result the Mullerian duct will go into develop. So feminization takes place. The fetus become female feminized. So then the feminization cannot be reversed by the androgens which is given after birth. So if during this critical period, if this problem is there, then after the birth, if you give some of the androgens, there is no role. Because during the critical window period, there will be fusion of the labia, enlargement of the phallus, etc. So which cannot happen later. Okay? That means जो फ्यूजन लेबिया का फ्यूजन होना है, एनलार्जमेंट ऑफ द फैलस होना है, जो मेल जेनिटल ऑर्गन्स एक्सटर्नल जेनिटल ऑर्गन्स बनने के लिए जो बनाना है, तो वो सब होगा, वो क्रिटिकल विंडो पीरियड का टाइम में भी होगा, 8 to 13 वीक्स में ही होगा। तो वो वहाँ पे एक बार नहीं हुआ तो वो ये परमानेंट चेंज बन गया, और परमानेंट डिफॉर्मिटी जो भी है बन गया, वो पैदा होने के बाद जो भी एंड्रोजन देने से उससे कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। Suppose if the testosterone level is normal during the window, this is one possibility we have seen, there is no testosterone, तो क्या होगा, ठीक है। सो बेसिकली टेस्टोस्टेरोन नहीं है तो डाईहाइड्रोटेस्टोस्टेरोन नहीं बनेगा, डाईहाइड्रोटेस्टोस्टेरोन नहीं बनेगा तो ये सब चीज़ें हो जाएगा, एक्सटर्नल जेनिटल ऑर्गन्स नहीं बनेगा। दूसरा कंडीशन लेंगे, सपोज इफ द टेस्टोस्टेरोन लेवल इज नॉर्मल ड्यूरिंग द विंडो पीरियड, विंडो क्रिटिकल विंडो पीरियड इट्स नॉर्मल, 8 to 13 वीक्स वो नॉर्मल है, बट एट द लेटर पार्ट ऑल्सो beyond 13 weeks testosterone is present normally during the critical window period, but unfortunately after the completion of the critical window period also testosterone is persisting, the concentration of the testosterone is persisting in the blood. Okay, now what happens? Because during the critical window period if the testosterone is present, the normal development is over, most of the development is over, but phallus length will not happen. Okay, so this is how duration is important, timing is important, strength is important. If it is persisting after the critical window period also, then what happens? Phallus length, जो पेनिस का जो लेंथ है, पेनिस का जो phallus है उसका लेंथ, so that will not be properly developed. That means so for the proper development of the phallus length after the critical window period, testosterone level should come down. And if the testosterone level is even present at a higher level after the critical window period also, it badly affects the growth of the phallus and child may develop micropenis at the time of the birth. Similarly in females, before 12 weeks, okay, 8 to 12 weeks critical window period or 13 weeks critical window period, before 12 weeks if the androgen exposure is there, ठीक है, before 12 weeks if the androgen exposure is there, then labiosacral fusion will occur. If the androgen factor persists even after 12 weeks also, although the rest of the development is proper, and there will be clitoromegaly. I hope you understand the point. As it happens in case of the males में क्या हुआ कि टेस्टोस्टेरोन बाद में भी रहने से क्या होगा कि पेनिस क्या हुआ वो मैक्रो पेनिस में बदल गया। फीमेल में अगर एंड्रोजन फैक्टर्स 12 वीक के बाद भी अगर परसिस्ट हुआ, so then rest of all the development is okay, just like in male also. Other problem development is absolutely normal, only the problem with the phallus of the penis. So here also there will be clitoromegaly. लेबिया मेजर अच्छे से बनना है, क्लिटोरिया स्मॉल साइज का बनना है या डिसेपेयर होना है क्लिटोरिया, है ना फीमेल में, बट दैट इज क्लिटोरिया इज एक्चुअली इंडिकेटिव ऑफ पेनिस ऑफ द मेल, ठीक है। So that should not be there in the female. It has to be gradually replaced. But sometime if androgen exposure is there even after 12 weeks after the completion of the critical window also, then there may be clitoriomegaly. Okay, so this is strength, duration and timings which is very important. So in short, external genitalia is a mesodermal in origin. In males, testosterone and dihydrotestosterone will cause the development of external genital or gonadal development. In females, absence of the testosterone and DSD or dihydrotestosterone causes the gonads to take the female shape. What is important is absence of the testosterone and dihydrotestosterone itself by default leads to the formation of the female shape, female baby, मतलब female external genital organs. I hope you understand the point. See, for the formation of the male fetus, जैसे see, for the example, sex is already determined at the time of the birth, isn't it? Zygote is formed, no doubt. When zygote is formed, it is already decided XX or XY. That is okay. Sex is okay. Now, according to the sex, the genital organ should develop, isn't it? If it is male, the male development genital organ should develop. If it is female, female internal and external genital organs should develop. Okay, so this development takes place in the first 2 to 3 months. We are discussing about those factors which is responsible for the development of this external and internal genital organs. Okay, so if already the determined sex is female, then it should lead to the development of the female external and internal genital organs. If it is male, male external and internal genital organs. But if it is not female, if it is not male, if it is female, or if it is male, initially what is formed? There is formation of the testes. Testis is formed. And from the testis, the Sertoli cells and Leydig cells are formed. Sertoli cells will produce the anti-Mullerian hormone. So, by default, if there is no testosterone or no testes, that means by default, if it is not a male, okay, the fetus naturally get converted into the female external and internal genital organs because there is absence of the anti-Mullerian hormone. So, absence of the testosterone by default itself leads to the development of the female internal and external genital organs. There is no other systems or hormones etc. is required. If testosterone is not there, there is nobody is there to block the Mullerian duct, and Mullerian duct will proliferate and develop, and it leads to the external and internal genital organs. That's all. So in males, any factor which causes decrease in the testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, and in females, any factor which causes increase in the testosterone and DHS will cause the ambiguous genitalia. This is very important. Now, what I mean to say is, in female there should not be any testosterone, isn't it? No question at all. That particular gene itself is absent. SRV, that particular gene itself is absent. SRY. Okay, there should not be any production of testosterone at all, because there is no formation of the testes. But if due to some other factors, or if mother is receiving some such hormonal combinations, or due to some other factors, the testosterone increases in the maternal blood at the time of the critical window period. Now what happens? Presence of the testosterone will lead to so many changes. We know that presence of the testosterone will lead to the formation of the male external genital organs and internal genital organs. So if it is a female baby, unfortunately the mother is exposed to, or the fetus is exposed to some of such concentration of the testosterone or dihydrotestosterone, then there will be formation of the male genital organs, and now this is called as ambiguous genitalia. So in males, any factor which causes a decrease in the testosterone and DHS, because in the males, for the formation of the proper male external and internal genital organs, these two are important. If they are decreased, then they are not formed. Naturally, female genital organs are formed. In females, if there should not be any testosterone, dihydrotestosterone. But unfortunately, if there is increased amount of testosterone by any other means, so then it leads to the formation of the male internal and external genital organs. Now this condition is called as ambiguous genitalia. Okay, so in the next class we will see what is normal and what is abnormal, so that we discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.